Hi, I'm April Plank, and today's workout is an express reformer class. So we're going to start with the box on short-wise position. I have the foot bar up at medium height, and I have all of my springs on because I'm going to be doing some step-ups to get my heart rate up and to warm up the body. So let's start facing our carriage. You're going to step up with your foot bar side first. So that leg's going to come up. I'm going to do a nice big step all the way up and then right back down. So just a few options for you as we get started. You can take your hands and hold the box and hold the foot bar. That'll just give you a little support. If already this feels like this is too much, you can hold them whole time and just do a little lift. Just make sure you're getting full extension through that right leg all the way up and back down. If you're okay with the lift, you'll take your hands up as you push up. Good. So we'll just warm up our large muscles of our legs to get our heart rate up and get our body and our blood pumping. Good. Adding on from here if you would like it more advanced. The next time you come up, we're going to step the left foot on top of the box, do a deep squat, and then step it back down. So you're stepping up, on top, squat, and back down. Up, on top, squat, back down. Option for that, if it's too much to step on, you just do a squat with both feet on the carriage. So I'm stepping up, I'm squatting on the box, and back down. Good, just two more. You should be warm by then, right? I definitely feel warm. One more. Good, I'm gonna come down and switch legs. So now my left foot is kind of going to come up. I'm gonna step up and back down. Good, up and back down. Now I've got my hands on my hips, and if you need to hold on for balance, remember you can do so. Big exhale as you lift. Feel that connection of the left glute to your left heel. So I'm straightening that leg all the way up and then releasing back down. Definitely one of the best ways to get your heart rate up. Not a traditional Pilates exercise, but a fun way to use the equipment to warm up our body. I'm definitely feeling warm. Last 4 and 3 and 2. One more here. Now come all the way up. Hold the foot bar for balance. Step your right foot over and onto the gray surface. Put your left foot up against the edge. We're going to go into a nice big squat. I'm going to reach down and take all of my springs off except for one red. So I'm left with one red. Hands can come to the hips. I'm going to push the left leg out and back in. Big exhale out and back in. Here I'm keeping the weight down in my heels. My hips are pushing back behind me. My chest is lifting up, shoulders down my back. Big exhale through the mouth as I press. Inhale, return. How low can you go? Trying to keep your hips nice and deep into that squat. 3 more here. And 2. And 1. Come home, stand up. Now bend your right leg to take the carriage out. Straighten back up. So my right leg is bending and straightening. I'm still thinking of the weight pushing back into my heels and back into my hips. And hands can be at the heart, hands can be at the hips, whatever feels best for you. Good. 3 more of this. Last 2. And 1 more. Nice work. All right. Hold the foot bar for safety. Hold the box. Come over to bring both feet on the carriage and have a seat. So I'm going to sit facing my foot bar. Let's change our weight to a blue, which is for me is a medium, and I'm taking the red off. So remember my red was my heavy, so I'm taking the heavy off and I'm changing that out for a blue, which is a medium. Pick up both of your straps. Take your straps in your hands, bring your elbows right beside you. Sit up nice and tall, abs in. Big exhale as you offer the arms up to shoulder height. Inhale them right back down to the sides. So you exhale, reach the arms up, inhale back down. Now as I push my arms forward, I'm trying to think about my belly button drawing deeper back into my spine. So I'm engaging my abs, using my breath. You've got 2 more there. And then we're going to make it a little bit more challenging with some single arm work. So the next time we press the arm, it's only going to be the right arm. We're going to push just the right arm. You're going to rotate your palm down and then bring the elbow back to the waist. Just the left arm, press and rotate and bring it back down. So we're alternating right and back and alternating left and back. Good. If this is too challenging, you can keep going with both arms working at the same time. The other option would be a lighter spring. For my reformer, I have a yellow, which is my lightest spring. So that might be another option you might want to take. Good. 1 more right and 1 more left. And then take the arms right beside you. Now let's reach the arms a little bit in front of the box. We're going to do a semicircle out and around for the thumbs to touch, and then semicircle back, pinkies towards the hips. So I'm doing a big circle up and over the head and circling right back down to the hips. Big exhale as you lift. Big inhale as you lower back down. See how tall you can sit, reaching from the sitting bones all the way up to the crown of the head. Every time you exhale, that internal weight belt, which is your transverse abdominals, remember they run horizontal around the core. Every exhale, you pull those in and engage. 2 more to go. This will be our last one. We're going to hold this one at the top and go into a tricep. So I want you to bend your elbows, push and press your hands to the ceiling. Bend your arms behind you and press and extend. Good. Big inhale. Big exhale. Keep those ribs drawing in. Keep your abdominals drawing in. Every exhale, you're tightening through the corset, pulling up on the pelvic floor. Awesome work, guys. Last 2. Last 1. Circle the arms all the way around and put your straps away. Okay, we're going to put all the weight back on. I apologize, I'm going to be facing away from you. So I've got all of my spring weight on. We're going to go back up to those step-ups on the other side. So your left leg now, which should be your foot bar leg, is going to step up first and then right back down. Remember your options from the other side. If this was challenging, you're holding on and you're just straightening and bending that left leg. If you felt like you could go all the way up, your hands can be on the hips, or you can use the bar and the box for support. The very last variation we did was adding the squat. So you went up, the right foot goes on top of the box, big deep squat, step the right foot all the way back. If stepping on top of the box doesn't work for you, the right foot can go beside the left, and you can do a squat there. So hopefully I've shown a variation that you can work with. You can build up as you get stronger and progress as you do this workout more. Now I feel my heart rate really getting up there, so it's very important. If you guys feel the same thing, to be breathing. You got to send that oxygen into your muscles. Big deep inhales, nice strong exhales. 3 more with this leg leading. One more, and then we have our other leg to go. So next time you're down, switch. Take the right leg on top. Your left leg's going to come up, whoops, and back down. That's why we have the box, so you can use your balance. Good. So you're coming all the right way up and back down. I think about tapping my left foot to the back of the carriage, so I'm not bringing it all the way up. Now, if you want to get fancy, you can bring it all the way up and bring your knee up. I know we didn't do that on the other side, but those would be all options that would enhance this and make it a little bit more balanced challenge. The important thing is that you're feeling that connection from the right heel to the right glute. Standing all the way up and back down. That was a quick one. 3 and 2 and 1. Hold this one up. Hold the foot bar for balance. Step your left foot over to the gray surface. Step your right foot to the edge. Reach down and take everything off except one red. So one heavy spring is on. I'm going to sink deep into a squat. Push my hips way back. The right leg's going to push out and back in. Good time to catch your breath. See how big and deep you can make your inhales and your exhales. We'll do 3 and 2 and 1. Come up. Now you'll bend your left leg to take the carriage out. Straighten your left leg to bring it in. So it's a single leg lateral lunge. Your weight is pretty much staying over this left leg as you take the carriage out. So keeping your weight right over the left, dropping back into the hips and keeping the chest lifted. Three and 2. One more here. Good. Now carefully hold the box and the foot bar. Step your left foot over. Have another seat on the box. This time let's load up a few more springs, just enough to keep the carriage still. You're going to take your feet under that safety strap. And I like to put my feet really wide to keep that safety strap taut. I'm going to sit at the front of the box so my knees are bent. Reach the arms right out in front of you like you're holding a big beach ball. Now from the very base of your spine, you're going to inhale to prepare, and then you're going to tuck your tail underneath you and start to roll yourself back. Now make sure you're not gripping with your hip flexors. Your legs are nice and bent, and you're pushing out into the strap. Now I'm holding that tuck of my lower abdominals, but I'm keeping my shoulders back and my chest lifted. The right arm's going to open out to the right. I'm going to look right, bring it back in. My left arm's going to open to the left. I'm going to look left, bring it back in. Now both arms are going to go over the head. There's the shake, and bring it back. Let's do that again. The right arm opens out to the right. I look towards it. The left arm opens out to the left. And then both arms go up, up, up over the head, and then pull them back in. You've got it. 3 more sets. Open left. Up and over the head. And back. 2 more sets. Right. Keep that tuck of the tailbone. Over the head. Keep relaxing your hip flexors. Putting the work right deep into the abdominals. And left. And over the head. Good. Come all the way up. I like to take a little stretch after that. Give my back a little rest. Let everything release. You can breathe into your back body. Okay, we have 1 more round. So we did our nice scooped ab position. Now let's do our flat back position. So I want you to take your hands, and you can either cross them over your chest like a genie. A little harder is hands behind the head. So I'm going to take my hand behind the head option. You can choose either one. So now I'm going to hinge back. So notice, if I'm doing this right, hopefully you see a straight line from the crown of the head to the tailbone, and I start to shake, and then pull it all the way back up. I'm going to give you full disclosure that the short box abs are my nemesis. And if it wasn't for teaching this to you guys, I would definitely not be doing them. I know I need to be doing them. It's usually our weakest exercises we won't do on our own. So this is why I've got to film them, because then I'll have to do it, right? So you're inhaling as you go back, back, long, long, long. Exhale as you lift. Give me 2 more. Just back as much as you can. Really long, long spine. Big exhale sends you up. This will be your last one. Long spine. And exhale, bring it up. Good. Release the arms. Take your feet out of the strap. Let's take our springs down to a blue, which would be a medium on my spring. I'm on the balanced body machine. So I've got one blue spring. I'm going to turn to my left a quarter turn, pick up the strap with my left hand, and interlace. Seemed heavier for a second. We're on a blue. Interlace your fingers, sit up nice and tall, legs glued together. Take a deep breath, and let's turn our torso to the right and back to the center. Now, as I always say, this is not about your arms. Of course, your arms are moving, but this is about your abdominals. Big exhale as you turn and rotate, and big inhale back. So even though we're doing an express class and getting a quick workout in today, we're trying to move our spine in all directions and then work our entire body. At least that's the goal. Last two. And one more. Good. Now put the strap in your right hand. Your right hand's going to draw the sword up and punch, and bring it back and put it away. So I'm sitting tall. I'm pressing the elbow out to the side and then extending the right arm all the way over the foot bar. Good. Now the way the springs work, and I probably said this a few times as well, but it's good to repeat, is that when I'm pulling my arm, I'm opening the spring. And when I'm releasing my arm, that spring's trying to go back really quick. And if I let it go back quick like this, I'm not going to get much out of the work. I'm just going to let the arm kind of fling. But if I can control the motion and slowly close the spring, I'm going to get a lot more out of the exercise. Good. This will be your last one. Control and resist, resist, resist. Good job. All right, let's turn this way. And then we're going to take our straps and put them in both hands. And I like to take the little loops to choke up a little bit. So I've got my legs glued together. I'm going to take both arms and open them out to the T, find this little stopping position. I'm going to hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then release it forward. Awesome back work. Exhale, open and hold for 3, 2, 1, and release it forward. Big exhales as you press and hold. Hold, lift the chest, and release. Big exhale. Now you're not holding the breath, you're just holding the position. So breathe easy and deep. And then release. 2 more to go. Pressing open in 3, 2, 1. And release. Last one here. Press open and 3, 2, 1. And release. Put your left strap away. Thread that little loop. Well, if you've got 2 loops, I have 2 loops. So I'm doing the little loop and I'm putting it on my leg. Now I should have mentioned on that last one, if you don't have 2 loops, you can always choke up and grab the straps to shorten this, your straps. So wherever you need to grab to make that exercise feasible. I apologize for that. So we're going to scoot forward with the hips. So we're kind of to the edge of the box. And then we're going to lay back and put our hands on the carriage. Now I'm going to lift my chest and get a big chest stretch here. And then I'm going to lift my right leg into tabletop. Here it comes, low abdominals. So you're going to take the right leg long and then pull it back in. Big inhale out. Strong exhale. Again, I'm moving through molasses. I'm controlling the springs, pulling the spring open, resisting the spring closed. 2 more just the same, and then I'm going to give you a second option. It's going to be quite a bit more challenging. So if you would like to take it, your left arm's going to lift up, and we're going to do 8 more. No twisting, no moving, just straight up and down. But because I lifted this left arm off of the carriage, my obliques are on fire. So you might feel like you're shifting and you're trying to control that and minimize the shift. Good. You've got 2 more here. And last one. Now set the foot down, come all the way up. Awesome. You are halfway done. We have 1 more side to go. Not halfway done with the workout, just with this exercise. So your left leg's going to go into your strap, and your hands are going to go back onto the carriage. Now I'm going to lift my chest, roll my shoulders back, pull my abs so I have a slight little tuck. My left knee comes to the tabletop. The leg goes out on the inhale, and I pull it back in. Controlled and steady. Two more to go. And then we'll switch the right arm up, or we'll lift the right arm up. Already I feel that kicking on my obliques, and let's try 8 more. If this does not work for you yet, you put the hand down. Again, every side is different and every day is different. So do what you can do today. The goal is to push towards your edge, but not past your edge. You don't want to get injured. You want to be doing this for life, right? Last 3. Last 2. Final 1. Awesome work. Set the foot down, come all the way up. Okay, we're going to let that foot come all the way back down. I'm going to take my shorter loops again and thread them both on my forearms. And we'll lift the arms, elbows kind of up as close to shoulder height as I can get. Again, sitting tall, pulling the abs in. Open the elbows out to a goalpost. Now make sure you're not arching your back as you do that. And then close the arms. So it's a nice big open and hold and close. Now, based on your reformer or if the fact that you have double or single loops, if this is too easy, you always have the option to add spring weight, and vice versa. If this is too hard, you can take spring weight off. Typically in my workouts, I'm doing about 8 to 10 repetitions of every exercise. And so if by 10 you don't feel much, the next time you may want to up your weight from what I'm recommending. But the goal isn't necessarily to keep adding weight, because if we add too much weight, our small stability muscles won't be able to handle it, so they'll turn off, and then we'll end up working our large mirror muscles. So more weight's not necessarily better. Now hold the arms out to a T. Take your arms straight out to either side of the room. I like to drop mine an inch or so it doesn't get into my neck, and push the carriage back an inch and forward an inch. So the arms go back an inch and forward an inch. It's just a little tiny press. Good. Awesome, awesome work for our posture muscles. Definitely want to be doing something like this every day to strengthen our back. You guys are doing great. 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Let's put those straps away and take a quarter turn to your left. We have the other side to do. So our legs are glued together. Interlace your fingers right at your sternum. I want you to sit up really tall, big, deep inhale to prepare. Twist your torso to the left and back to the center. Exhale, left and back to the center. I've done it again. I get so into my breath, I forget I'm cueing anything. So it's okay. Hopefully you're into your breath too. Last 2. And then 1 more. Now the right hand's gonna, or the strap's gonna go in your left hand, and you're gonna draw the sword out and punch it and bring it back and down. So it's smooth and controlled out, even slower and controlled on the way in. Notice I'm not moving fast enough that I'm wiggling all through my spine. I'm keeping everything still. And I'm, again, working my back of my left arm, working the tricep, working the shoulder. So we've hit the back, we've hit the chest, we've hit the legs. Done quite a bit of good work today. 2 more to go. And last 1. Good. All right, let's put that strap away. You can step off the box. We're going to make a few changes. I'm going to have you turn the box longwise, and then I'm going to have you put your foot bar down. So we haven't done much in the way of extension and flexion of the spine, so let's do that now. So you're going to put your hands on the corners of the box. Your feet are about sits bones distance apart. You're going to push the carriage all the way out and just let your chest drop into the springs. Now you can play around with tucking your tailbone and lengthening your tailbone. You'll feel or hopefully what you feel is when you lengthen your tailbone back, you feel a big stretch through your hamstrings. So we're going to keep that kind of going of that tuck and extension of your tailbone, and we're going to add movement with the carriage. So the next time you tuck underneath, you're going to pull the carriage in and come into like an angry cat, and then you're going to push your tailbone back and drop your chest back into the springs. So you're tucking and scooping, and then you're reaching and extending. And if I can really push my tailbone back, squeeze my quadriceps, lift my kneecaps, I'll get a big stretch to the back of the legs. So notice now we're flexing the spine and then going into a neutral. In one moment, we are going to extend the spine instead of flex the spine. So the next time you're out, I want you to hold it there. And then when you come in, you're going to extend the spine, look over the box, and then press back out to neutral. So you're lifting the chest up, extending the spine, and then pressing it back up. So really great to extend. So we've extended, we've rotated, we've flexed. I think we've moved our spine a lot. Hopefully your spine feels good. 2 more. And last one. Good. And then we'll roll the spine back up 1 vertebrae at a time. And then let the carriage come to the rest and roll yourself all the way up. Let's put the foot bar back up. We did a lot of glute work, and everyone needs to stretch their glutes, so we will spend some time doing that. So your right foot's going to go on the bar. Your right knee will come towards the bar based on your flexibility, and then you're going to feel, hopefully, this nice release in your right glute. So this is a standing pigeon. Now, if this isn't working for you, take your foot bar and lower it. And if that still isn't working for you, you can do a figure 4 like this with the foot crossed over the left. And this is a little bit less intense than the stretch up here on the bar. The only difference between someone who's flexible and inflexible is someone flexible just has to go farther to feel anything. So if you're feeling something, don't worry about how far you're going. If you feel you need more, take the hands to the box, and then you can even push out and give yourself an even bigger stretch. Again, only if it feels good. And then we're going to roll it back up and do the other side. So you'll take your left foot, put your left foot on close to your right hip. Your left knee will reach towards. Now, don't be afraid if each leg's different. Most of us have 2 different bodies, so you might find that what you did on one side is not going to work on the other. So adjust accordingly. Remember, you can bring the foot bar down. You can cross the left foot over the right and go into a figure 4 stretch. Or you may feel on this side it's easier, and you can bring the hands to the box and push the box away. And then when you're ready, you'll come all the way up. We're going to remove the box. This will be your last little stretch, and then we'll say goodbye. So go to a red spring, which is your heavy. Take your blue spring off. You're standing with your left foot against the shoulder block, your left knee on the carriage, your right foot on the floor, and we're going to push out into an ease lunge. Now, as you're holding this lunge, pull your abs in, drop your tailbone down. Now, unfortunately, with a quick reformer class, we can't get to everything. So if you feel that you would like to do something more, for example, I'm thinking feet and straps, then please, you can add that on as an additional, but I did want to try to keep this as close to 30 minutes as we could for days that you might not have a lot of time. Let's come all the way up and switch sides. So let's go all the way over to the other side. So my left foot's on the floor. My right knee is on the carriage. I'm going to press the carriage back. I'm pulling my abs in, dropping my tail down. Nice work. And then we'll come all the way up. And you made it. Thank you so much for working out with me today. I hope you had a great time, and I hope to see you again really soon. Have a great day.